All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming on short notice with my invite to all of you guys yesterday. Really happy to see a lot of nice and familiar faces today. So thank you very much for coming. This is a really exciting day for Queen City Sports and Entertainment, and obviously for this brand in the city. Just to go over some housekeeping notes, if you haven't seen already, we do have refreshments and coffee in the back, so feel free to help yourselves back there. Just would like to introduce the four fine gentlemen that we have to my right. To my near right, we have Alan Simpson, who is the governor and principal of the Regina Red Sox. Then we have Gary Brotzel, who is the president of the Regina Red Sox. We have the owner of Queen City Sports and Entertainment, Sean Semple. And then to the far right, we have the CEO of Queen City Sports and Entertainment, Gordon Pritchard. We'll start things off with inviting Alan Simpson to say a couple of words, and then Gary Brotzel will speak, and then following, we'll have Sean Semple come up to the podium and say a couple of words. Following that, we'll do a photo opportunity, and then we will get to Q&A sessions. For question and answer, please raise your hand. I'll point at you. Everyone can have a follow-up question after that, but just make sure that you guys raise your hand, and I'll point at you, and then we'll get to questions. All right, without further ado, I'd like to call up Alan Simpson.
Thank you, Dante, and good morning, everybody. Thanks for being here this morning. I see a few familiar faces from interviews and discussions and otherwise over the past year, so thanks again for everybody attending. As Dante mentioned, my name is Alan Simpson. I'm here this morning, I guess, wearing two hats, figuratively, one as governor of the Regina Red Sox, and the second is in my, I guess, new capacity, where I'm very pleased to announce that the Red Sox Board of Directors unanimously approved the sale of the Regina Red Sox Baseball Club. The club is being acquired by the Regina Red Sox Baseball Club LP, LP being limited partnership. I am will be a limited minority partner, and Sean will be the principal partner of the limited partnership. We expect that the sale of the club will close on October 1st, 2025, and the sale is pending approval by the Western Canadian Baseball League. We think that will be forthcoming very soon, and I've been assured by the league earlier this week that there shouldn't be any problem formalizing the transaction. Want to mention that the club's going to continue to operate as it is right now, which is to say that Gary will still be doing mostly everything with Sharon, who's here, and we will make the transition to the new ownership after October 1st, 2025. For those of you who might be wondering how we got here, I can tell you that I joined the club as a volunteer vice president and then became governor in 2020, and as it turned out, the season was quickly canceled due to COVID. And since then, it's become slowly but increasingly clear to Gary and I, and to some of the others who are involved with the club, that to continue to operate this club as a nonprofit business model was just being presented with challenges that the club was finding increasingly more difficult to overcome. And so the reality was that while the nonprofit model of the Red Sox, when Gary and Bernie Eisworth started the club, was noble and worthy, that model is no longer really sustainable in the Western Canadian Baseball League. It's becoming a much more competitive league, and the resources required to compete and provide the citizens of Regina the entertainment that they expect just makes it very, very difficult for the club to sustain itself, and more importantly, to be a good representative of the city of Regina when we host teams and when we travel to play teams in a 56-game Western Canadian Baseball League schedule. So Gary and I and our fellow board members arrived, I think, at what I would say, Gary, would be a quiet but shared understanding that for the Red Sox to thrive long-term, things had to change, a transition had to happen. New ownership model had to come about, and that wasn't, I would say, inevitable. it was absolutely essential to secure the future of the Red Sox as a representative in the Western Canadian Baseball League. So that's what's occurred, and that's the reason why. I do want to extend, before I leave, I do want to extend deepest thanks to all the Red Sox volunteers, all of our fans, our directors, our supporters, past and present. They've all played a vital role in maintaining the storied history of this club. We have Doug Simon in the crowd today, and Kip, who both played, and they were a big part of the story of this club. And a lot of these people have done more for the club than I'll ever know, more than most of us will ever know. And so thank you to them. And more importantly, I hope in some way, some form, some fashion, those volunteers and others who are associated with the club can continue in some way to remain with the club. So I'll just end by saying, I think Sean and I are excited for this new era, this new chapter. I'm hopeful that we're able to preserve the proud traditions of this club. I'm hopeful that we usher in a new era of growth and community engagement for 2026 and beyond. And more than anything, I hope that we're good stewards of this storied franchise in Regina and for the city of Regina. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Alan. I'd now like to call up Gary Brotzel to say a couple of words.
Thanks, everybody, for coming. I should have swapped notes with Al before I wrote my speech, so there might be a little bit of overlap here. My last press conference was in the fall of 2004, when myself and Bernie Eisworth announced that we had traveled to the Western Major Baseball League meetings in Red Deer and obtained a franchise for the Red Sox. That was 20 years ago, and time is flying by. Back then, when we applied for a franchise, I literally wowed the governors with a PowerPoint. No one had ever done a PowerPoint at a presentation before. So anyway, we left Red Deer and we got home, and we had a franchise. Weren't sure what we were going to do with it. I assembled a board of 10 people. We literally all threw in $500 each and paid the $5,000 franchise fee. Ran the team the first year on a budget of $60,000. Kip's here tonight. He remembers those days, 2 15-passenger vans with 6 guys from Kentucky. There were our 6 imports. One was from Hazard, Kentucky, driving around Saskatchewan and Alberta in 2 15-passenger vans and just laughing our heads off. It was a lot of fun. But anyway, back to business. As you know, we're entering our 20th season. We've enjoyed a lot of success on the field. We've only missed the playoffs the first year we were a franchise in 2004. Every other year we've made the playoffs. We won the league division, East Division, met too many times to count. Won the league twice, so we've been very successful on the field. Off the field, I would say we've been successful. We've been good community stewards. I think we have good standing in the community, and we've had a good run of 20 years. The WCBL's fast growing. The fan base, not 5 years ago, was 200,000. Now it's pushing 500,000. When Spruce Grove brings on their new stadium shortly, I would say by the end of next year that number will be 600,000. So you can see the rapid growth, and with that growth, our expenses have gone through the roof exponentially. The common denominator to the success of the WCBL is private ownership. The teams have moved away, or the teams that have moved away from the nonprofit volunteer model are thriving. They're mostly the Alberta teams, and lately with Saskatoon Berries coming on board, they're just pushing the league to new levels. So, it was clear to me that it was time that we moved on to that model as well. I'd like to personally thank Al He's been a big catalyst in this process. His vision and expertise have been a huge asset to myself. Also want to thank our current and past board members and volunteers for helping us along the way for the past 20 years. I look forward to having many of the same faces involved as we move forward. And lastly, I'd like to thank Sean for taking a serious interest in our franchise in the WCBL. I'm confident he understands the history of the franchise in Regina as it dates back to 1913 and has been most prominent through the 50s to present. And with that, I'd just like to say welcome aboard, and I look forward to working with you and Gord and all your staff. Dante helps us at the park. There's a lot of synergies between the two teams. There's already employees in both working in both organizations. So, it just makes perfect sense to move in this direction. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
I want to first of all start by thanking you all to be here today to this proud and historic day in our Queen City. This is, it's with great excitement that I want to also announce and confirm that the Queen City Sports and Entertainment have purchased the Regina Red Sox. We're really excited to put the two teams together. Both of these teams, when combined, are over 230 years of combined experience in sports in Regina. And I can tell you that there's not too many cities, in Canada or across North America that can really say that. This is more than a transaction. It's really about the fulfillment of a dream, a unification of two great teams and storied franchises here in Regina with the Regina Pats and the Red Sox. When Queen City Sports and Entertainment was originally founded, it was our mission to be clear. We wanted to revitalize the Regina's historic franchises and to invest in their success, to deliver world-class sports and entertainment for the citizens of Regina and throughout the province. Today, we take that major step with that vision. This acquisition allows us to bring both organizations under one umbrella, one vision, one commitment to excellence on the field and on the ice and in our community. I want to take this moment to also say thanks to Gary Brotzel. Gary, you have been obviously instrumental in building the Regina Red Sox over the years. We appreciate the passion that you've had for this, the commitment, the stories of going around and changing the signs he was telling me about, hands-on, to really take care of the Regina Red Sox brand. We look forward to working with you today in the transition, but also in the future as we look to kind of be this next steward of your legacy. I also want to thank Al Simpson. Your support and your belief in this deal really, and your leadership really has played a key of bringing us together. Al and I had talked a couple of years ago, and we talked 6 months ago. And anyway, Al really takes all the credit for this. We both share a passion for doing what we can do to help bring about a new stadium in this city. We've seen what's possible with places like Okotoks, Alberta, with the new stadium. We see what's happening in Edmonton with the stadium that's coming out of the ground. And we really want to see what we can do to make that happen here. And, it's really not just about, bricks and bleachers. It's really about revitalizing baseball within our city, investing in our youth, creating jobs, driving tourism, and providing a gathering places for our families, for our fans, and for our future stars. The Regina Red Sox is the oldest baseball team in Canada. And in fact, it's the second oldest team of any kind in Canada. They deserve a new arena, a new stadium that's pays tribute to that legacy. Just like we've done for the Regina Pats, our family is committing to doing our part, to investing in our community and in the Red Sox and in a new stadium. We believe in this city. We believe in our teams. And most importantly, we believe in the people of Regina. This new era will build respect on the history, the passion for sport, the shared vision of what Regina can become. Not just a leader in hockey and baseball, but a leader in sports and entertainment. In closing, I'd like to say this, that to every player that has worn a Red Sox jersey, and to every fan that has sat at Curry Field through 9 innings, and to every young baseball player that's wishes to pursue their dream, this is for you. We're there to help you and enjoy the sport. We believe that in Regina Red Sox and sports, and we believe in Regina. Thank you, and let's play ball.
Very well said. Thank you very much, Sean. I'd now like to call back Gary Brotzel for a very special presentation.
Thanks, Dante. I'd like to get Sean and Al up here for a little presentation. These are not player signings.
Obviously.
And
Thank you very much.
just want a couple pictures.